Morning. Gotta say, pretty tired this morning. It was a 1 o'clock finish last night once I got the vlog done, and it was a 6 o'clock wake up this morning. This body clock does it to you, doesn't it? But yeah, it's okay. I don't mind being tired. There are a lot worse things to be. Don't expect me to speak properly as well. So I've just arrived up for the dog walk and did that awkward thing of arriving at exactly the same time as somebody else. So I've just stopped so I can talk to you and let him go on ahead, because I want that solitary thing this morning. I don't mind talking to people, but I'm not in the mood for it right now. I don't mind talking to you. Have to say though, it was a great end to the day yesterday. Popping down to Plymouth for the inaugural Radio Academy Southwest event, and what a way to kick it off with a Radio 1 presenter, Greg James, who you probably saw in yesterday's vlog. If you've not seen yesterday's vlog, go back and look at it. Thoroughly decent chap. Well, he's only 30, he's been at Radio 1, I think it's 9 years already. Very well established, and to hear him talk about radio and be so passionate about it still, and say things like, when people walk up to you in the street and say, "Oh, all right mate, you're talking about this, you can talk about that," and it's the way they talk to you and as though they know you, and that's when you know you've done your job well on the radio. I used to love it when I got that reaction. People do think they're your mates, and that's when you know you're doing a good job on air. So I do miss it, but I get to dabble every now and then. I love running my own business, so it's very bright there, isn't it? Crikey. So yeah, I don't regret not doing a full-time show anymore, he says. I'll tell you a secret, shall I? Is it a secret? It's not a secret, it'll get out anyway. But within the last couple of weeks I've actually turned down a radio show, which for me is a big thing, which proves to me personally that actually I do want to grow my business and want to concentrate on that. But yeah, I was offered a breakfast show in the southwest in the last month or so. I think I was supposed to start on the 23rd of May actually. But yeah, decided that it wasn't right for them and it wasn't right for me. I wouldn't have put 100% into it, because I would have been my mind would have been elsewhere, and I don't think that's fair on them. So yeah, decided it was the wrong thing to do. It still may become the right thing to do at some point in the future. I am never going to say never, because I love doing the radio thing. But you have to really concentrate. It's not easy, and I'm not being boastful now. You know, it is a difficult job. But if you do it half-heartedly, like anything in life, you won't do it great. I absolutely needed this walk this morning. It's completely woken me up, got me ready for the day. Probably hear the dogs pounding around. They love it up here. But yeah, my eyes are awake, wide, and it's just, I don't think I can come up with any more expletives. No, I'm tired. Any more adjectives to say what a fantastic place it is up here. That's probably why I didn't want to speak to that bloke earlier on, just because I want to soak it up and enjoy it. It's a grim morning. Well, grim, it's not cold. It's a bit grey, a bit overcast. It's very green at the moment. There's a lot of new growth. It is spring. I'm getting soaked walking through all these bushes. My trousers, look at my trousers, look. Absolutely bloody soaked. It's worse when it goes on your head, mind. Oh, I'm proper wet now. My trousers, I feel like I've wet myself. These two are wondering why I'm sitting down. Come here, puppies. Dave. So obedient. He comes when he wants to. They're like, "Come on, Dad, get moving." She's just loyal. But I'm just doing my usual thing, admiring the view. It's kind of a clearing, this bit just here. So you could just, the dogs have run off because I stood up. It's just, it really is one of my favourite places in Devon. and there's a little bench to enjoy it on as well. So I'm just sitting here at 7:15 in the morning, enjoying it. There's a road down there, and it even sounds noisy and busy from here, and it must be a quarter of a mile away. I just spotted a campsite I've never seen before. Well, I say a campsite. There's some caravans in it. See them just down there? And actually, just down there, that's a tip. Or a recycling centre, as they're referred to these days. Oh, the more I say things like that, the more I sound old. These days. It's time for an OMT moment, isn't it? Old man things. Right, back home to the madness that is my house first thing in the morning. Breakfast, office, Exeter, interviews, office, Friday evening. Booby tree. Look at that. Trees growing like a polo. Doris likes it as well. You get through the hole, Doris. Come on in. Just had one of those phone calls that makes you stop and take notice of what's going on around you. Spoke to my dad. He's good, he's okay, but he's been a bit poorly recently, and it's funny because he lives 250 miles away. Maybe haven't spoken on the phone for a couple of weeks, which is bad, and yeah, it just kind of kicks in, reminds you no one's immortal, and we're getting to spend some time together in a couple of weeks. We've got a big family get together, cannot wait for that, it's going to be brilliant. But yeah, he's been a bit poorly, but he's on the mend, doctors have got him fixed up, so yeah, love your loved ones.
Bonus question, animals. In the year 2000, this group achieved their debut hit with Who Let the Dogs Out. This was their follow-up. Can you name them?
Oh, God. Who Let the Dogs Out? It wasn't the Baha Men, was it?
Who are they?
The Finger Boys?
No, it wasn't the Finger Boys. No, it was the Baha Men.
Ah, so it was.
Like we all think we'd do really good at Popmaster. Shocking round, shocking. Probably not going to show you all of that. Right, first client of the day, going to go see them. Got an interview to do, so I'll be using this for its purpose, which was to do interviews. And I might pop in and see another client on the way home, but I'm undecided. So this is what I'm up to today. I'm here to see this client who have a go-kart and a motorbike in reception. It's got to be a cool place to work. Basically, they have a new in-car system called Lightfoot, and I'm the voice of Lightfoot. So I'm the one who talks at you and kind of monitors your driving, if you like. And I'm going to go interview one of Lightfoot users today. So that's what my camera's for, and they'll get the interview. It won't go on the vlog because it's theirs, and that's what I do for them.
See you later, cheers.
Cheers.
That'd be great, yeah.
Right then, that's that client dealt with. Enjoyed that. Tom and Dan. Dan works for the company. Tom was the guy that I was doing the videoing with, and quite possibly the most competitive man I've ever met. But a good lad. So what I'm going to do now is, I think I've got some time, I'm going to go and visit another client on the way back to the office. They've got new offices and I've not seen the new offices yet. Yeah, my head will blend in with the background.
You just press play and I can't hold my breath this long. Can you take a picture of Matt?
Doesn't need to hold his breath, does he?
Matt. Can you take a picture of Matt drinking from his coffee cup? I'd just like to say that everything that you see in front of you is actually true. If Matt could lift the cup
It's
up,
too freaking hot, I can't tip it down if you wrote that far.
if Matt could actually tip the cup up a bit more, you'll understand the truthfulness in the comments on his mug.
I was going to go home and get a salad, and I forgot to go home, so I'm going to get some chips instead. Thank you. Marvellous. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
The choice of food around here is too good. Or antiques. So, going home for a salad, fail. Chips, nearly all gone, for the win. Well, it's 6 o'clock, I think, Friday night. Definitely time to go home. I'm just waiting for one more file to transfer. The videos I did earlier on for that client, I'm just sending them over. So once that's done, down with the lid, homeward bound, taking Mrs. Young out for a meal. I think I'm going to go Chinese. She said surprise me. And she loves Chinese. There's a nice one up the end of town, so I think we'll go there and have a nice bottle of cold white wine whilst we're at it. Hey! Come on. I can't go until that says 100%. And it's 3 minutes past 6. Come on, Tinternet. You'd never guess it was the beginning of a bank holiday weekend, would you? My car's the only one left in a car park. Not for long.